Today's October 17th, 2018, and today's a special day for me. Today is the literally a 20th anniversary of my first presentation of harmonic pattern concepts and what has become harmonic patterns in the industry. It's really been an amazing journey, and I think it's kind of mysterious. A lot of people don't know where this stuff came from, what it even means to have or be a harmonic pattern. Well, today's 20 years, and it starts 20 years of the next 20 years. And I'm going to run through really quick where it came from. I want to show you guys a lot of the advancements that are going to even help you as traders conceptually so that you understand where technical analysis has been, chart patterns, and what you should focus on, because there's a lot of nonsense out there that I think this detracts from the overall methodology. So let's get started on it. And really, let's just talk about what harmonic patterns are, because there is a lot of discussion and even a lot of other harmonic patterns that people claim to have invented, but harmonic patterns didn't exist until I laid out this original work actually in this first presentation 20 years ago. And essentially it came down to my definition of harmonic ratio measurements, the exact ratios, and then sine wave properties. Those sine waves, you guys know those as ABCD patterns. Those are actually little sine wave frequencies that are exhibited in the market. And I'm not going to get too technical with that, but understand that we're measuring not only proportion here, but frequency lengths of trading cycles. And these are the natural cycles within the market. Now, this is our advantage. This is why harmonic patterns, first of all, harmonic patterns have become incredibly popular. I never expected it, and I was sharing these ideas of the M and W patterns, the ones that you guys know, Gartley, Bat, Crab. For me, it really clicked early on because I understood the market moves in ebbs and flows, up and down. And it's the natural process of trading in its purest form. It's got to move. It has to, as I like to say, to exist, the market must vibrate. It's got to go up and down. Now, a lot of people assume these are larger random market moves, but actually within the randomness, we've got a lot of cyclical price action that repeats, and it reacts relative to its prior trading history. So that means the prior history does matter, like a map, and we can look at this. We can understand this really from the right proper type of measurements, cyclical or otherwise. So understanding these limitations, this is what harmonic patterns are all about, and those proper harmonic pattern measurements, they work on any time frame in any market. That's the other thing to realize, is that it comes down to looking at what we're analyzing, which markets, what time frames, but the uniform principles are applied. Now this is the place I want to show everybody. This is called the Williams Center. This is in Tucson, Arizona. This is a part of a group that more than 20 years ago, it was really starting in around 1996. Internet was really coming on. I know I sound like I'm dating myself, but I was a young guy in my 20s meeting with a whole bunch of traders who were, this was actually the beginning of a TradeStation help group. A bunch of guys that were running TradeStation. They were one of the first software. We got together to try to figure out how to make TradeStation work. That turned into a pattern discussion group called the Gartley Group. And it was hosted by a man named Alan Kienhold, who was working with UBS PaineWebber. Some of you remember PaineWebber back in the day. Alan is now a retired, he's a recognized technical analysis analyst, but he retired now. Alan in the industry for decades. But Alan ran this group, and a whole bunch of us found ourselves kind of convening here on a weekly basis throughout that remarkable move in the tech stocks from 1990 into the early 2000s. And we would meet here once a week and go over all of those crazy, when Amazon was an IPO, those are the kind of markets and companies we were looking at and wondering what the heck is going on here. It was a fascinating time, a great group, and it taught me a lot about the importance of community and connecting with traders. So I want to talk about a few of these since that point now to where everything we do is online, and really going the extra mile here or extra kilometer, if you will, to really bring together the community online. But there's some things we need to consider. And I think this is a great overview for anybody that wants to get into harmonic patterns, be serious about it, understand what the advantages are so that you can get the most out of the strategies. Understand that a lot of these initial ideas have turned into a harmonic pattern framework where we're looking and measuring the market relative to natural harmonic cycles measurements. I'll get into an example. 1.618 is the primary number. A lot of you guys know, but the way to think of this first and foremost as we're measuring the market, and I can't stress that enough. I think there's a lot of false promotion out there of these are some secret magic numbers. No, this is a measurement framework first and foremost. I've always said that. I've always emphasized that, and I will always. We also have to recognize, though, that there's been tremendous technological advancements. This is when we're talking 1996 up until my first presentation 20 years ago, really in 1998. And the change in software, the change in social media, internet, everything has been revolutionary. So, I'm a little bit dated, about 50 years old myself. And, so I've seen that remarkable change that is only going to continue. The other thing that with this increase in popularity, as more people are able to integrate these techniques successfully and prosper from them, which is the only thing I want. Why did I share these ideas? Just basically so that other traders would prosper, maybe avoid some of the pitfalls that I encountered. I am not the most popular harmonic educator out there, nor do I want to be. And there's a lot of outfits that I'm not going to go there, but I'm going to kind of turn around that whole maybe a detrimental aspect of the success of the strategies and just challenge everyone that no matter who you listen to, no matter what methodology you apply to the market, that you ultimately make your own decision. And if it's harmonic, if it's Elliott wave, if it's a GAN, other technical method, doesn't matter. You ultimately, as a trader, have to make up your own mind. And so I make my resources available for free, things that people are paying hundreds of dollars a month. That's why I do what I do. If I did not want to help people, I would have taken all of this, just done it for myself privately. Really important. Most people eventually make that realization after they go through a couple of people, because I actually understand most people come to me through other educators. It doesn't matter. I think everyone's got to go through their own learning curve ultimately to realize you have to make your own decision no matter what. And then finally, the harmonic future. Where are we going to go from here? So I really want to stress that, we have continued to make this evolution. And where we have gone from of experimental ideas that I've put forth to really conceptualizing them into that entire book, The Harmonic Trader. And you guys can get The Harmonic Trader as a free download, all basic members. It's a free sign up. And I give that book away. I give it away for a reason, because I think it's helped so many traders at least emphasize the importance of measuring the market no matter what. And there were I like to say harmonic holes, meaning a lot of my initial ideas still required refinement, and that has come in the way of subsequent books and concepts like the terminal bar, type 1, type 2 patterns, and potential reversal zone confirmation. If you're new to harmonic patterns and you don't understand terminal bar, type 1, type 2, PRZ confirmation, I strongly emphasize you take a look at what's in the basic membership that's critical for the harmonic pattern success. Now, as I mentioned, the technological advancements, starting out where we started out and till up to today is kind of a dream. But a lot of the things that I learned came from the Harmonic Analyzer software. And this was the first harmonic pattern software. This was about 2000, 2001. I worked with a programmer for nearly 2 years to develop all the automated harmonic patterns. That's currently been shelved. You guys can go to harmonicanalyzer.com. I'll probably bring that back at some point. We have harmonic pattern collection now, and this is optimized algorithms. In a few minutes, I'm going to show everyone the #1 harmonic pattern setup that's been working for me, that I want everyone to focus on harmonic pattern collection. We'll look at it on MetaTrader. Most of you are on that. But these represent optimized algorithms. This is not a harmonic scanner. You can go and find 1,000,000 of those. What we're really talking about is an entire harmonic platform that gives you the harmonic natural readouts and readings to understand what are the natural limits of the market. And ultimately, what the next leg, the next phase, my future of where I'm taking this is harmonic statistics. Not only of actually quantifying exactly maybe patterns that people assume are similar but actually are not, as well as what to expect. That relates a lot to the reaction reversal concepts. A lot of you know those. I'm not going to get into it today. But the harmonic statistics, that's our future. So with all of that being said, I want you guys just to be careful. I want you to be realistic. When you're dealing with other harmonic educators, go for it. A lot of them are now joining with me. I'm working with them to be able to promote what they do, because I encourage everybody to embrace the concepts as long as you get the basic foundation correct. And that's something that's critical. If you're a part of a networking organization, if you're a part of somebody else's currency or harmonic group, welcome. Stay with those people, because those people are going to be able to give you attention. I personally can't. Okay, I do my own thing. I have my own service. I provide lots of resources, but I really embrace and encourage everyone to become a mentor and teach other people, communicate with other people. All right, as long as you get those basic measurements correct, because that's the one thing I see that I think a lot of people are trying to improve upon the techniques by changing the very harmonic numbers that give us the advantage. So on a larger level, understand the advanced concepts, and understand that, listen, I'm all about positivity. Okay, I'm not trying to possess this. I want everyone to embrace this. Okay, I think a lot of the negativity that's come through in the last year or so, unrelated to me, and I am not related to anyone directly, and I'm going to make that clear as well, despite what others might have been said, things that have been said in the past. I'm all about constructive positivity. So what I'm going to show you guys now in this next slide here is some of the optimization that I've personally achieved in recent years. Show you the harmonic confirmation with the software and an exact situation. And this exact situation, this is a type 1 crab pattern with harmonic strength index. This is an example of the future. This is an example of what I want traders to understand, because this falls right in line with harmonic statistics. Those that give us the highest degree of reactive probability, where we're executing in that zone, executing at those numbers, and with a quantified stop loss and profit target. And now, I really just can't stress enough, okay, where we've come from that beginning. And I'm going to show you guys right now this confirmation. I'm going to slide this other in. Let me bring in the other software too. of really a lot of the confirmation and this exact crab situation I've been talking about. And remember, just to wrap up, okay, stay with the harmonic measurements. And I haven't gotten into any of those technicals today. I'm sticking with the general principles to kind of reinforce that the harmonic measurements are not harmonic secrets, but they require a harmonic foundation. You can't alter those harmonic measurements. Some of the other things that I'm also to show, we look at harmonic indicators, we look for confirmation, and then we respect the entire framework. All of this entire analysis of identification, execution, trade management relative to the harmonic measurements is designed to give us the kind of the basis to what is possible in the natural world. That's the essence of, that's why harmonics work. Now we're going to look at right now, I want to show you guys exactly the kind of thing that the type 1 situation with a crab pattern that I've been talking about. So let's look at, for example, I'm going to pull up Aussie dollar. I'm going to slide it over into this other screen. We're going to look at the pattern itself, and we're going to look at actually breaking down the PRZ. Now, this is harmonic pattern collection. I'm going to show this to you, give you more information on the end here. Okay, I'm going to remove the bands. But I want everyone, you're scanning for multiple harmonic patterns. And there's a whole bunch of them: Gartley, bat pattern, crab pattern, 5-0, shark. But I want everyone to consider just the crab pattern for right now, all right? And I want also, even if in your trading, take a day or two, take a week, okay? And look at just a crab pattern and those opportunities themselves. And so let's look at right in here, okay? This daily chart, this is a basic crab version with the 618 at the B point. But the most important aspect of the crab pattern is this 1.618 ratio. That's that extension, okay? The 1.618, that's the primary number in nature that repeats in the numerous cycles. And again, I don't want to get into that today. You guys, I encourage you actually to look up the relative Fibonacci phenomenon in the world. I have a number of links on my website. But if we all can agree that the 1.618 is an important cycle, natural cycle termination point, which it is, it's been proven, why wouldn't we look for that in the markets? Now, a lot of my advancements with the crab pattern require some other measurements that help facilitate not only the confirmation of that singular 1.618 measurement, but help to define the zone and also to understand where, relative to the real world trading, that market action will terminate. So we see this is an M formation, and it has to be an M formation. It's an extension pattern. Why? Because the D point completes below the X. It has to follow that formation. But now we can look at that zone and look at the measures here in this zone. Here's the 1.618. This, going to remove that one indicator. Right here, okay, that highlighted sun icon, that is the official completion point. That's also where it hit the 1.618 ratio. It's a very important exact price bar. That's one of the things also with some of the advanced interpretation of being able to jump from identification to accurate execution that makes all the difference in the world. There's also a few expectations of how this reacts off the number. Listen, most harmonic patterns are going to give you plenty of time to take advantage of the opportunity. One thing I want to show everybody, one of the features that is in the program, and it really helpful in terms of breaking down how to look at a harmonic pattern. I mean, yeah, it's really nice on the chart. That's great, Scott. But how do I know where to buy and sell, take profit? One of the ways that we've brought in here is a vertical zone line. We could set that feature, go down to the bottom here. Now this gives you a unique way to look at not only the PRZ, the potential reversal zone. That was a concept I introduced in the Harmonic Trader, but now with the vertical terminal bar zone line, all of our considerations are to the right of that line. Let's blow it up. Let's take a close look. So here's the crab on a daily. And from a pattern perspective, okay, this is the point where, as a trader, our expectation changes. We could look at the chart. You could say, sure, Scott, right. You know, you just mark a 1618 and it's going to turn right there. How do I know that? How do I believe that? And again, this is not a black box methodology. This is where the start of understanding is a measurement framework. We reach a 1.618 extension. What does that mean? Well, in nature, it means it's typically the end of whatever growth cycle or whatever cycle is unfolding. In the markets, I would start to expect the end of whatever that cycle or movement was. That was a downtrending movement. What can I expect from here? Well, I can expect some kind of reaction at first, and some of the other strategies that we've implemented since that beginning and our understanding of what happens off of this zone actually has been, we've been able to really nail it down to identifying what happens the first time a pattern completes, where we're looking for this reaction up to what is known as target one, and now we look at a retest. All of this is kind of instills the idea there is a process here. There's also plenty of time to take advantage of the opportunities. I frequently say most harmonic patterns are going to give you 2 trade opportunities. First is going to be a reaction. Second is where maybe that larger reversal unfolds. Now here's the final point. I want everyone to take a look at this, and even if you're hand drawing your harmonic patterns, which I'm actually, I think it's great to learn how to use harmonic patterns by drawing by hand. But the whole individual terminal bar concept of, even if you're drawing by hand, if you want to know if you're right in your measurements, simply pinpoint that bar and draw your own vertical line on it, and then look to the right of that bar. And we need to see some kind of reaction, some kind of confirmation. The bottom indicator that I have here, this is our proprietary amplified RSI. Think of it as a hypersensitive standard RSI reading, but at least we see that reversal too, to the right of the line, folks. That's why it makes it so simple, where maybe in the past you're sitting there drawing a pattern out and looking at the whole thing like this. Can be a very confusing concept of saying, how do I take advantage of all of this? Well, that's why that vertical zone line, we break that down, and then our execution decision begins to the right of that bar. I like to think of trading as in phases, where we have an identification phase, that's the pattern. We have an execution phase, that's where we're looking for the change or the anticipated movement. And then finally, a management phase, using a trend line, using a profit target. Those are all distinct processes within the whole trading experience to be able to understand what that means and how to profit from it. Now, again, here's the other thing that we have, kind of I think the bread and butter trading setup that I want to show everybody here, that especially for those that are working with the software now or want to get with the software, is that simply we can scan for crab patterns like this. I suggest on a 4-hour, a 60-minute, or daily are usually your best time frames. But let me throw in one other thing. one of the best confirmation techniques, aside from amplified RSI, that's really helpful, but is this pink HSI arrow. HSI is harmonic strength index. That is our proprietary harmonic confirmation indicator that I had it on here. I just removed it. Let me bring it back on really quick. That has been, oh, let me go here, insert that. That has been just kind of taken us to a whole new level. And in specific pattern PRZs, absolutely made all the difference in the world. There you go. Okay. And I'm going to take off this amplified. So the harmonic strength index is designed to move from one extreme to the next. It's like RSI, where it's an oscillator with overbought, oversold, but our minimum levels are a little bit different. On the top side, it's 886 and 100 in here. On the downside, it's 11.3 under zero. It can go under zero, but we're looking for it to come out of the extreme. And we're coordinating that with the zones. Now, we look for, again, looking for just simple, the arrow, and then looking for that confirmation in the zone, looking for it to the right of that line. I'm not going to get into the actual targets, the type 1, type 2 targets. We'll talk about that tomorrow. There'll be a live open harmonic trading session, and I can take questions in there. But I just want to show everybody this. First, limit your scans and just do it even for a day or two of only looking for crab patterns on a 60-minute and 4-hour time frame. Currency markets, any market. Then simply line up those that have HSI arrows. What we're really looking for is the terminal bar with the arrow, and then we're really looking for that check back. And this is the final piece here of the confirmation that has been remarkable. The HSI, this is on a daily, that will trigger on the close of this bar. So that's right there, okay? And that comes in, and you might be saying, well, Scott, you missed the move. You know, why should I even bother? What we have realized, especially with the crab pattern, is that our best HSI moves and confirmation moves are coming when we have a little bit of a retest, a little bit of a consolidation like we had here. Now, Harmonic Trader Gold members, this was the trigger that we sent out just last week on capturing this first entry on the big crab pattern. And this had an HSI check back at around 70, 60. And a lot of you guys that are in here know this, that this is the exact kind of a thing that we want to look for. We know that that's more significant now than even back here. So that's, again, take a look at this. We got the HSI. We got the HSI pink arrows. That tells you automatically when it comes out of the zone. But we don't care now. All of our efforts are focused on just to the right of that line and then getting an HSI arrow. And this is the bread and butter setup. This is what I want to leave you guys with, because you know, I appreciate everybody's support. It's been a phenomenal experience to get to know so many people through the harmonic patterns, and I'm going to continue to share the work that's going to take this into the next 20 years. And that's statistics, that's real trading. I don't talk much about what I've done with. I've worked with billion-dollar hedge funds, okay? I was a former investment advisor, but I'm focused on the work always. I know there's a lot of people claiming that they've improved upon this. I'm sorry, I'm going to stick with the foundation. I suggest that everyone else does. That means 1.618, basic harmonic ratio numbers. The same numbers that repeat in nature are the same numbers we're using in the market. We bring in some of the proprietary optimized algorithms, optimized confirmation strategies that I've put together for 20 years. That's what I want to share with everyone. So what to do from here, folks? Absolutely get on with one of the trials, and I just leave that with everybody with you. You can go to harmonictrader.com, get free trial. Go right here to the site. I know a lot of people are on MetaTrader. Go to MetaTrader, or we've got the eSignal, the NinjaTrader, Sierra Trader. Let me show you the really quick on eSignal. eSignal is owned by ICE, so their market data is probably the tops. And here is, oh, okay, great. This is the first chart I just pulled up. Here's the continuous crude chart on the 60-minute. This is just today. And there's a Gartley pattern automatically identified with HSI. Look, there's the pink HSI arrow. And now we have a deep crab. And just to show you, this is the same on all of the platforms. So no matter what platform, if you've got MetaTrader or you've got eSignal, they're all going to be the same right here. And then the key also of what we've done with the match list that I want to show everybody is this is available both on MetaTrader and eSignal. And one of the ways that I've been doing this of going through the just looking for the crab patterns is I'll go into the settings and I'll remove everything but the crab and go find that exact setup that I was talking about. Looking for crab and deep crab patterns on a 60-minute, just hit apply. And then I'll go and look at what I've got here on my match list. And it'll go through and tell me, all right, how long ago? And then what are the ones that are developing potentially here? Like, all right, let's go to what pound Aussie. Yep. Or here's the one on AUD NZD. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. I got you guys on the wrong screen. Let me bring that other screen over. Check this out. Yep, there you go. So here's a deep crab on Aussie Kiwi. Again, look at what's happening at that 1618. Yeah, let me just blow this up. And that's why I feel that these natural 1.618 extensions with these patterns are giving you some of the best harmonic pattern opportunities. So just stick with that. Can you guys be disciplined enough just to look at one pattern, either a regular crab or a deep crab, and just look at that 1618? Also look at the extreme confirmation. That's what I'm talking about is really, there's a lot you can learn about the markets. I recommend it all. But I really feel that once you learn it all, then you start to refine what works best for yourself. That's what I've done with harmonics, and that's what I encourage everyone to do. And this is what I'm doing now with the patterns is we're going from, all the patterns to exact situations. So guys, get over to Harmonic Trader and really, again, this is the first of several events that we'll do, and gonna send this out with a special to anybody that signs up and purchases the program. We're offering volume 3 books. So check that out at Harmonic Trader. And you have any questions, reach out to me at harmonictrader@harmonictrader.com. But again, thanks everybody for all your support, and we'll see you in the next meeting.